2022, had a program I had to go to. So when I got through the program, I was supposed to go to my mother's. It got denied maybe 2 months after I had finished my program. So my mother reached out to all kinds of halfway houses. Well, because of our circumstances, most halfway houses only accept one with our cases. And so my mother got a hold of Chandler, and he said, yes, as long as, we got rules to follow and curriculum to do. And, that was part of it, that I was willing to do that. I would have either still been in there because I still got a year left to do, and they're not in no hurry. It doesn't matter if you finish the program, or went to a state halfway house, which is just, most people might know or might not know, it's full of drugs and everything else that could send you back. That's where I would have ended up, is one of those, either still been in prison or a terrible place. My whole life, I knew God and I believed, but I didn't believe. I went against everything. I was a complete rebel. And so it took being in prison and being around some terrible stuff to reach out to God. And I think getting out into a ministry-based program is what kept me on that path. There's so many people with our types of charges in prison that have no hope. They have nowhere to go. They might make parole. They might do the program, do everything they're supposed to do. But when it comes down to it, they have nowhere to go. They just stuck in a limbo. And so some of us are blessed. With me, I was blessed where my family paid, but there's so many that just don't. Their family wants them out, but so many people live paycheck to paycheck. So they can't afford for their loved ones to come home. People need to give, and I would love for them to give so people get more scholarships, and that keeps those houses available to people that can't afford, to just have money sitting around. Because if it wasn't for my family, and then of course, Chandler accepting it, I wouldn't have got out. And there's so many people in there that don't have family that have that type of money. And so without people giving, you have hope, and that's Hope Prison Ministries. But when you're inside, you lose that hope. You've done everything you can, you've stayed out of trouble, you've made parole, and then you're just waiting and you lose that hope. So we all want hope. We all want a reason to keep going. And that's kind of what I feel most of us get out of this program and this ministry, is having that hope.